Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. So it's happened. Bitcoin Cash, many of my early predictions, has broken over $1,000. And this is no surprise to me. Um, I've had a long lasting love affair with Bitcoin Cash. It is, bar none, probably one of my most favorite cryptocurrencies besides my own. And you know, there is no question to me that this would happen, and we're going to go over some of the reasons why, and also talk about where's Bitcoin Cash going. I think it's going about $5,000 in the short term, right? I think we're going to see a $5,000 Bitcoin Cash. Um, Seeing that it's already broken $1,000 now. Um, let's go over some of the reasons why I've been so obsessed with Bitcoin Cash, and let's talk about, um, pretty much how it began. So we're gonna just start at the very beginning. I pretty much fell on the camp, or fell in the camp, where during the several years ago, um, there was a big conversation around Bitcoin fees being too high. There was a big conversation about if Bitcoin was anything like it was talked about being in a white paper, and many kind of walked away from that with usefulness being the key element, and one of the more useful things we have is currencies, right? Actual use of currencies. And why are currencies so important? Well, currencies are one of the most effective ways to develop or deliver economic prosperity to people. It is this universal thing that pulls humans together, and the transactions that take place in them help us all to accomplish this. Now, the problem is, if the more difficult that becomes, the more costly it becomes, the more cumbersome it becomes, the less and less we get away from that. And Bitcoin just pretty much got to a point where you shouldn't move it at all. Like, it didn't make any sense to really move Bitcoin at all. And as you all probably can see, that could be a significant problem. That was part one. But also, being tapping into this economic prosperity, being a currency, we began to see Bitcoin Cash become accepted by merchants and vendors, and it made a lot of sense. It wasn't as expensive, and so on and so forth. And we moved on from that to great wallet development, and we finally end up at this stage of the infrastructure of Bitcoin Cash and tokenization. Now, I also talk about Bitcoin Satoshi Vision because what you have to understand is I'm not a tribal person. What I'm all about is usefulness, the infrastructure of these crypto projects, and if it's going to solve a problem for the mainstream people, and are they going to use it, and why. And so many of these ideas make sense with like Bitcoin Cash. They don't make sense with Bitcoin. How I view Bitcoin now is I look at Bitcoin like it's just this gigantic. It's very similar to gold. In that, how many people do you know actually hold gold and store gold? Rich people, right? This doesn't create velocity of money in the sense, and as well, gold is one of the less active markets trading. It is currencies that trade more, right? And again, the quicker we can deliver this into more people's hands, the better the economy begins to look. And you don't get that with gold. So that's what pushed me away from Bitcoin. That's what happens in Bitcoin. So now it becomes a way for rich people to preserve their capital. And it becomes a technology that never advances, which seems counterproductive to technology, but I digress. Bitcoin Cash is doing all those things, and again, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision as well. They are forks. It is essentially the same thing. There is just a division in some of the ideology, who Satoshi is, and so on. And I like both projects, right? Because they're doing the same thing. I have no problem with both of them. I will probably use both of them as I do. And I don't think I have a problem with that. And I don't have a problem with options and competitiveness. But um, what you're looking at and why we're here, and you keep seeing Bitcoin and market and things like that, is because this is part of the plan for Bitcoin Cash. They have tokenization. They have applications that can be built on Bitcoin Cash. So now it's shifted from not just being a currency, but you can create these interfaces and gateways that make it easier for mainstream people to use it and want to use it. Things like Twitter applications, right? That's what you're kind of looking at now. This is kind of like a way that you can move Bitcoin Cash. It's called Memo.cash. You can move Bitcoin Cash through tweets and through posts and social media, right? But not only that, because it's bringing in all this tokenization of things, people are able to come on here like we did the Bitcoin MYK project, create our own, cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin MYK project, create our own cryptocurrency and do this. And the base pair is all built, it all runs on the Bitcoin Cash network. I'm not going to get a great deal into how the Bitcoin MYK project works, but I invite you to join it. You get to earn some free cryptocurrencies. I could tell you how briefly what it's about. It is basically like a Bitcoin fork, right? However, I think the proper term would be overlay, right? It is not a competitive in the sense of that it is saying it wants to dethrone any version of Bitcoin or that it's so much better in some way or something like that. It is simply more like an overlay to be a companion to Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, Bitcoin Core, and that you're able to basically obtain it free. It has a universal basic income project attached to it, and there are many deflationary qualities in it that make it appealing. But it's a very fun, interesting project, and you can post to social media. You can earn the cryptocurrency absolutely free. So it's a lot of fun, and it's something I think you might definitely want to try out, see if you like it, and I think you will. I think this because it's just so amazing, especially if you're a fan of Bitcoin Cash like I am. It is just so amazing that you're able to build on top of Bitcoin Cash. Of course, nobody's building anything on Bitcoin Core. This also happened on Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, right? They have a companion interface, because of course Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision being a fork of one another, and they have these versions of it. But it's just fantastic and it's so very exciting, isn't it? So make sure you join us today, guys. You can start earning our cryptocurrency. And of course, this is convertible into Bitcoin Cash. There is an exchange portion on here. Let me see if I can take you over there where you go to tokens and you're going to see pretty much an exchange. And you exchange these tokens you earn for doing these fun things like posting, things you do every day, things you do everywhere, anyway, and you're earning Bitcoin Cash for it, right? You're earning our token, which is exchanged by the community. And you can see all these some of these are actually quite famous cryptocurrencies. I believe Spice is one. There are some stable coins on here. Zapit is a popular Bitcoin Cash wallet application. And we're on here as well, and you'll be able to get us free and trade us and earn you some of the cryptocurrency and get to be part of this very exciting, fun project. But because of this, going back to the prediction I made earlier about Bitcoin Cash probably hitting $5,000, these are going to be the reasons why. These are going to be the reasons why. I think applications are going to be very important. I think our project, Bitcoin MYK, is going to end up being very instrumental to this. And the reason I say this is because Bitcoin MYK is using kind of this mixture of Bitcoin meets universal basic income. And so you're going to have a lot of accounts come in. You're going to have a lot of users come in under the universal basic income ideology, which is picking up a lot of popularity right now, especially with many things that are going on in the world or that are basically forecast to happen. And that's going to draw a lot of attention, and it's going to help people get in. It's going to adopt them. Once they get in, now they're into cryptocurrency, and the space as a whole is growing. But you're going to need that initial onboarding from certain applications. You know, it's not just enough to say we got a cryptocurrency anymore and that it offers you freedom. Yes, but I don't understand how to use it. I don't understand about wallets. There's so many things I don't understand. And then I'm not necessarily incentivized to use it. It's still a lot more convenient to use cash. Price like Bitcoin MYK that give it to you free, that create this means of incentive to use it and so on and so forth. All these things are going to contribute to getting people into cryptocurrency. So that's why it's so very important. And that's why you should be joining our project, part built on Bitcoin Cash, literally built on Bitcoin Cash, over on the Memo site, using our token in our forum area where you can earn on every post in our Bitcoin MYK that can be converted to Bitcoin Cash, the Twitter, if you will, Twitter like Bitcoin Cash. This is what's going to cause Bitcoin Cash to become that value-wise $5,000 coin. I can see it becoming here in the short term. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, as always, take care.